Welcome to another episode of the Bamature Hour. I'm Bama John. In this episode, we're going to look at the SEC championship game as it's Alabama Georgia round two, and we're going to talk about how Alabama is going to beat Georgia. We're also going to, at the end, discuss a little bit of the hoops win last night over Clemson as LeBaron Philon led the charge. Today is Thursday, December 4th, 2025, in the year of our Lord. Thank you for tuning in. We now have over 7,600 subscribers to the YouTube channel, growing. We are headed to 10,000 and beyond, guys. Today, I'm joined by the Bamatures. I'm joined by T-Pain, G-Money, and Will K. And Will K showed out for us last night as he got to hang with Kalen DeBoer. Coach DeBoer. DeBoer.
Gabor.
DeBoer.
Gabor.
Hey, Will K, you got to
My
do it.
internet is unstable. I can't. There's a delay.
Hey, when you
There's
guys
I don't
start
know
doing
what's going
this,
on. I can't. Y'all are like
when
phasing
you
in
guys
and
start
out.
doing this, his internet gets unstable.
Hey, you need to
Every
change.
time.
You need to change networks, Will. Which one are you on? Oh, he left. He needs to change
I
networks.
think we embarrass him when we do the divorce.
That's right.
It's
He's
like, I
like,
don't want, I
he's
don't
like,
want, I don't want my
uh,
friends to see me.
internet's breaking up.
He's gone. He's gone.
Fake freeze frame.
That's right.
We'll see if he comes back in. We'll let him rejoin if he decides to jump back in. But let's jump in here. All right, let's do a preview of the Georgia game. Any initial thoughts just about this game as we head into round two? And then I've got some points I want to bring up and get your feedback on that. But G Money, give me some quick thoughts on round two. Georgia, Alabama in the Georgia Dome.
You know, I don't want to give Georgia any free bulletin board material, but feel pretty good about it. We've got the record behind us, 4-0 in the SEC championship games against them. Seem to be living rent free in Kirby's head, and that's a good place to be when you're a lessee, whatever it is. But feeling good about it in general.
All
Yeah,
right.
I have to believe Saturday night when Alabama beat Auburn, he was like, "Oh, really? Not again." So until he gets that monkey off his back, I like us here.
Will K, you with us? Looks like he's frozen up. All right, we'll move along. So, a couple of things, guys. I want to talk about how Georgia can beat Alabama first, and then we'll debunk that. But I want to finish a few things, and
Yeah,
I want to.
please tell me, John. How can they beat us?
All right, number one, Georgia's got to finish drives with TDs. They got to put 21 to 21, 28 points on the board. And if they're finishing drives, either turning it over on downs or with field goals, and they're not putting up, I'd say at least 27 points, they ain't winning this game. So that's my first point. What do you think about that?
I don't know if that's right. I think they can study the Oklahoma tape, and Ty can have a bad game, and we could have a lower scoring game, and they could beat us. I don't think that's what's going to happen, but I mean, I think that's possible. So I've been toying around with what the kind of score range is going to be, and I hear what you're saying. I do think if they get near 30 points, John, like you're saying, I think we may be in trouble.
Yeah, I agree.
Next thing I put on Georgia, and again, Alabama's going to have to be ready for all this. Georgia's got to hit those big explosive plays, both in the run game and the pass game. And that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to figure out how to do that. And if they're not hitting the big explosive plays, we're in great shape.
Well, one way they can hit them is the way they hit them last time. So Nate Frazier had sort of a muted game against us, but Chauncey Bowens broke a couple of big ones, and they have a sort of a two-headed monster. I know Nate's got the better stats, but they've got a pretty legitimate running offensive line and two really good running backs. So that I'm kind of worried about their explosive plays in the running game.
Branch is pretty good as a receiver, too. Rick, thoughts on that about those explosive plays?
Well, it seems like every team gets one or two, so I'm kind of expecting Georgia to get theirs as well. But I don't think you have to, like Gary said, I don't think they have to have it to beat us. I mean, we've shown that we can play pretty close to everybody in lots of different ways. So I don't think they have the defense Georgia does, so I don't think they're gonna, cause a lot of turnovers and I don't think they'll be blocking kicks and all this kind of stuff. So I think Georgia does need to score. I think they have to score, and I think if they score 30, we may be in trouble because our offense has shown we have a hard time scoring 30.
Next point, guys, Gunnar Stockton's got to have a clean slate. No turnovers, no interceptions, no fumbles. That was my other thing is he's got to play clean.
He may have to play clean for them to win. I do agree with that. He's not a great quarterback. I mean, he had 70 yards against Georgia Tech. He's not a big time threat. I mean, I'm a little more worried about our offense. I don't think he's got to play that well, like we're talking about the running game. I don't think Gunnar Stockton is the key to Georgia winning.
My next point, Rick, you got any comments on?
No,
Gunnar
I was just going to
playing
say.
game?
I was going to say I mean, I don't know. There's so many ways either team can win. Honestly, after it's all said and done, I'm always surprised how the games go. But as far as so far in the season, Alabama's +8 on turnovers and Georgia's -1. So if we can keep that going, Georgia will have a hard time.
Agreed with that. The next point about Gunnar, to your point, I mean about Gunnar Stockton, Gary, kind of to your point, is Gunner's going to have to use his legs. If they're going to beat us, it's not just throwing the ball. And he's been, well, and we'll look at some stats here later. He's had a decent season. I think he's only thrown 4 picks and he got 20 TD passes. He stepped up big time against Tennessee when they needed him to make some plays. But he's got to be a true dual threat quarterback and really threaten us both ways and do what others have done that have hurt us, is be effective both with his arm and his legs and kind of get our defense in conflict. So that was the next point I had. If they're going to beat us, Gunner's going to have to play a clean game, and he's going to have to be the true dual threat that hurts us.
I agree. He's got to run. I mean, that's his weapon. So
yeah. We talked about the turnover battle. They're going to have to win the turnover battle. They're going to have to play clean, not turn it over, get us to turn the ball over. The next thing I said after the turnover, because I think we all go, oh, yeah, whoever wins the turnover battle is likely to win. I think that's kind of Captain Obvious. So, yes, thank you, Captain Obvious. Win time of possession. I think we're good at controlling the clock and winning time of possession in most games. I think that's something Georgia's going to have to do is win that time of possession.
That comes down to me to first down. So I think there are going to be a fair amount of punts on both sides, unfortunately, in terms of possessions. But, the team that can get 2, 3 first downs in a drive, even when you punt, you start, negative in your own field, near your own field position, but bad field position rather. So I think first downs are going to be critical at that time of possession. We'll see.
Yeah, and I'm kind of jumping around here, John, but I think, looking back to game 4 of the season when we played them, I mean, they're better, I'm sure, in some ways too, but we're better on defense. We're just a better defensive team. So I just think they're going to have a hard time scoring points. And so turnovers are going to be huge. And like you said, Gary, I think they're going to be punting a good bit. So are we probably. But I keep hoping that we're going to see the Alabama offense of like week 6 and 7, where we were really, hitting on all cylinders. I still think it's in there. It's in there, but with Cuevas questionable, maybe it's not that realistic. I don't know.
Yeah.
And adjustments, we've talked about it. It's almost like a tale of 2 seasons. And let's be clear, nobody's beat us since Florida State. We beat ourselves in the Oklahoma game. We've had a few really more interesting than they should be fourth quarters, but nobody's really beat us. But it just seems like DCs have just made adjustments to that dominant sort of offense that we had after the Florida State game. We had a little 3-4 game run there, a couple of bad opponents, but maybe 5-game run where we were just having our way on offense. And I hate the word sputtered because that's like a really negative word, but we have sputtered a little bit since then.
Yeah, I think that South Carolina game on the road, since then, our offense just hasn't clicked as consistently. It's been very inconsistent, and you'll have a good quarter here. We'll put up 14 points, and then we'll hibernate for 2 quarters. Then it'll show up again, and other than the Oklahoma game, we'll still pull it out somehow. So
yeah, as y'all know, but I'm also telling our 7,700 subscribers that it seems like our offense, does pretty well in the first half, and then we might be good for one drive or two in the second, maybe. And so Georgia, they kind of get stronger. At least when we play them, they get stronger as the game goes on. So I hope that doesn't like if we're down at the half, that doesn't sound good for us. So I think we have to get up early and maintain a lead through half, and then not, and then Kirby's got to make good adjustments. He always does. Uh, so the second half, we got to maintain, and maybe we can make adjustments this time and actually have a good drive right out of the half.
Yeah, let's
I
not
don't know.
let's
Go
not
ahead,
do
Jim.
what the basketball team did last night and get a big lead, then just try to blow it. So let's
I was
get a
just going to
lead at
say,
home.
history may not repeat itself, but it rhymes. But we've done that so many times, that nice lead in the first half and then just kind of hang on for dear life, including the Auburn game, obviously. I'm not so sure that's going to happen this time. I think it's going to be a more balanced game, would be my guess. I mean, almost like a reversion to the mean idea that it's about time for us to trade blows with somebody instead of getting up and just kind of holding on. So we'll see.
I also kind of like this matchup, y'all. Maybe because it's Georgia and we usually beat Georgia. We own Georgia. Boom. No, but the other thing is that as y'all remember from game 4, they have a really good run defense, but their pass defense is not great, and that kind of feeds into our game a little bit. If we can I think we have to establish the run. We don't have to be great at it, but I think if we can establish the run and show a threat with AKD or Hill, or maybe Miller if he's healthy. We can just kind of show them that we can run a little bit, which we have gotten better at now, moving Formby to right guard. Uh, I think Ty could have a lot of success in the air.
Well, and look at Georgia Tech. They were a running team. They were not a passing threat, and they shut them down.
Mhm.
Texas, same thing. Their running game was better than their passing game. Arch is just not there yet as a consistent passer. I'll take Ty Simpson over Arch all day long right now. So Texas wasn't a big passing threat as well. Now, Ole Miss put a bunch of points on. Ole Miss can move the ball, but then I don't know whether they got tired, they ran out of gas, whether Trinidad Chambliss just felt that pressure, but Georgia put it to them in that fourth quarter and got the win. But Ole Miss was putting it on them. And we're shredding their defense. So hopefully we're looking at that tape, looking at all the stuff Ole Miss had success with and what we were successful doing, and can use that. So to your point, their rush defense is better than their pass defense, but our pass offense is better than our running game. So
Well, we aren't really, I mean, yes, we're a passing team. We've talked about that in a relative sense. But remember, we've had so many pre-games where we're guessing 42 to 35. We're just not putting up the points. It's almost like a mission creep where we're almost creeping into like an old school Alabama team that wins the time of possession and is really physical on defense, really contains on defense, and then kind of winning these close games. What does that sound like? I mean, that sounds like 1992. We don't have the running game we had in 92, certainly, but it's like we're not the team that we thought we would be 3, 4 games into the season, and that's okay. We're still winning. Going to Atlanta.
yeah, and
Yeah.
we're using that pass in lieu of a good running game. The quick pass, just move the ball down the field, move the chains. We don't hit those big explosive pass plays. That has not been what we've done. We've had a very effective passing game, but we have not been effective at hitting those 50-yard chunk plays for touchdowns or to get us in the red zone and put us in scoring position. That's not been what Ty's excelled at. I'd love it to see him. I'd love to see him hit Ryan Williams deep 50 yards, put a quick 6 on them. It'd be nice to have a couple of those to supplement. We're kind of the opposite of Oklahoma. Oklahoma was either hit a big chunk play and score or do nothing. And we're like, move the ball, keep moving the ball, eat the clock, move it down the field, but we're not moving it effectively with the running game. So, point taken very much. The next point I had, guys, and this is how Georgia does it, is they're going to pressure Ty, they're going to blitz Ty, they're going to do what Oklahoma, LSU, and Auburn did effectively, is harass Ty and get in his grill and try to get in his head.
Well, we talked about it out after the Auburn game. I think Auburn had 4 sacks, but man, just watching the game, they were in the backfield a lot. And you got to be proud of Ty. He's our guy. responded to that pressure pretty well. Wasn't really productive, but didn't have a bunch of negative plays. I think Georgia's going to be in the backfield a lot too. And, we can kind of rest easy knowing that the ball's in Ty's hands. Maybe look at Oklahoma a little bit as a fluke because we had a couple of uncharacteristic mistakes by him in that game that kind of cost us the game. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be, I don't think we're going to have a clean pocket game. I
No.
don't think so.
But how about Ty
No.
throwing that nice touchdown to Zay Horton? I mean, going back and knowing he's going to get hit, throws it where only Horton can catch it, 6. I mean, that was great. And he was scrambling well and picking up yardage that way, using his legs, threw the ball away. So let's hope we can see that, but that he can be a little more productive yardage-wise in the passing game. But, that's my hope. But I think they're going to blitz us. They're going to come from different angles, try to confuse them. They're looking heavily at what Venables did from Oklahoma, what LSU did effectively, what Auburn did, and Ty better be ready.
Hey, if
I
we
want Ty to
draw play all year, maybe a couple of quarterback draws, but if we want to run a draw play all year, I mean, maybe we're saving that for Atlanta.
maybe so. But Gary, it seems like when we do run Ty with a design run, it works out pretty good, So I think we ought to run Ty early a couple times, maybe 3 times in the first quarter, just to show them, hey, you're not going to sit back there and blitz us because this guy's going to be running, and so I think he's a better runner by design than a scrambler. But the other thing is, like you said, the draw would be huge because they're always blitzing, man. The middle's wide open several times. And thirdly, Ty did throw a couple good passes, John, but he was backpedaling on 2 of those touchdown passes. And I just would like to see him kind of step up in the pocket around some traffic instead of backing up because that can lead to a pick pretty easily.
And that was my next point. They want to harass him and get him to throw a pick. They want to pressure him and see if they can get him off his game. And that's what they're going to try to do. That, to me, that's the game plan, is also see if you can get a strip sack fumble. Just pressure him and see if you can get him to cough it up. And he has coughed it up in SEC play more than we'd care to admit. Still had a great season. We would not be here without Ty, but we know that's what they're going to try to do.
Hey, guys, in the first game, didn't we have a couple of good screen passes in that game?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think this is the chess match. I think Kirby's going to take that away, but I think we're going to show it. And I predict in the first quarter we're going to show a screen and have a play off of that that's going to be pretty big for a big explosive. You heard it here. Hot take.
You guarantee it, T-Pain. You guarantee
Guaranteed.
So 2 more points about how Georgia, what they're going to try to do to beat us. It's just get stops on 3rd and 4th down. They got to get us off the field on 3rd and 4th down, not let us get – because we're great at converting 4th downs. They got to be able to stop that and, force us to punt the ball or get a turnover. That's what they're aiming to do.
And Mercedes-Benz Stadium is a very loud place. And I think the fan base will probably skew a little bit to Georgia, just proximity to Athens, and so many Georgia fans that live in Atlanta.
Right.
That I think 3rd down is going to be a really critical stat at the end of the game. I like it when we go for 4th down, 4th and 1, and 4th and 2. We've had a lot of success in that during the season, but I think 3rd downs are really, really critical in this game.
Hey, I'll be there. I'll be there, guys, representing Bama Hour, and I'll be making some noise. I have this really annoying scream. It's the banshee scream. So if on TV, you hear, that's me. That's me.
Wait, do it again?
I'm not doing the loud version either, guys. So,
well, I won't give it to you right now on the live stream, but late free throw during Clemson was trying to free throw late. My wife said, "Do the Polish mating call," and I did it. And I'm sure you could hear it on TV. And he did.
How's that
go? All right, last point on the Georgia side. They just got to be great on special teams. They're good. They're solid on special teams. They got to do that. So that was my kind of how Georgia. So now let's flip it around. Let's have fun talking the other way. This is how Alabama's gonna beat Georgia. Point number 1, finish drives with TDs. Let's put some TDs on the board. Let's put up at least 21 in touchdowns. Hopefully, a couple of field goals to go with that. But that was my first point. Thoughts, guys?
Go for it on 4th and 2, 4th and goal at the 2. I mean, I'm talking about the Auburn drive there.
Oh yeah.
Talty, we said after the Auburn game that we were proud of him, and I'm very proud of him for making that. What was it, a 46-yarder there?
Yeah.
But I don't want to rely on him. So I'm with you. We got to have TDs. I don't know that we're going to get in the red zone more than maybe 4 times. I would love 4 TDs.
Yeah, Gary, it's funny with Talty, I kind of think of a shooter in basketball who they leave wide open, and the worst thing that can happen is he hits it because now he thinks he's hot, So I'm afraid now we think Talty's automatic, Yeah, I don't want to rely on Talty either. I just want to go in there and get 7, man.
So my next point on top of that is, to me, it's a race to 27. I think whoever scores at least 27 wins. And, based on 27, that's 3 touchdowns, 2 field goals for us, which means Talty's got to make his field goals. He's going to get 1 or 2 field goals opportunities. He's got to make them. He's got to hit them. And to me, if we're going to get 27 points, that means avoiding 3 and outs. We got to push the ball down the field. Even if we have to punt or we go for it on 4th and turn it over, put the ball and keep them in bad field position and keep them back so that they have to make long drives. But that was my next point. We got to get 27 points on the board.
I think you're right, John. I mean, I would love to beat them by 1 point, if it's 14-10 or whatever, 11-10, whatever. But I do think the winner needs to be close to 30. Hopefully that's us.
Yeah, I agree.
Next thing, and we're good at this, dominate the time of possession, and with long drives, with a lot of them ending in TDs. But that time of possession, we got to do what we do, and that's what we do. We typically have 34, 35 minutes of time of possession to our opponents having 25, 26, 27. So that's going to be critical. Let's do it.
I agree, and I think that's a product of we don't have explosives a lot. We run a very slow offense, very methodical, a lot of audibles. And so that's why we have the ball a lot. I don't. It's just because we're a very slow offense. But it's kind of weird. There's a balance there because, man, I feel like when we go 2-minute, we are hard to stop. So I kind of wouldn't mind a 2-minute offense here and there, not wait till the end of the game to do it. I feel like we're pretty hard to stop when we're 2-minute, 5 wideouts, and Ty's getting the ball out quickly.
Yeah, that's it. It's running quickly, not letting the defense get set, getting the ball out quickly, and guys shortening their routes. That's why we're so effective. Just boom, 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 boom. And Ty's very surgical when he gets it out quickly. Guys shorten their routes because they're going to get open.
Yeah.
Well, and Rick has made the point in previous episodes that when have you ever seen Ty, audible or not, snap the ball with less than 2 seconds? I mean, that's just part of our system. That's part of the design is to dominate time of possession. That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's been pretty good at it, but sometimes it's like, come on, let's hurry it up. Let's don't. And you get the defense tired when you just go, go, go. So, we'll see. My next point, guys, is we still need to have a good run-pass balance, close to 50-50. We got way out of balance in Florida State. We got to force them to respect the run. Even if we're only getting 3 yards a carry, we can't let them only put, 5 men in the box and blitz us and not make them pay for having a light box and picking up 4 or 5 yards with Daniel Hill falling forward, putting AK Deer in there and letting him hit the hole. And if he gets to the second level, good luck.
I mean, you're answering my follow-up question. It's like, who's it going to be? I mean, with Jam questionable and I mean, Kevin Riley's still out. I hope somebody steps up. I mean, Daniel Hill definitely has had a couple of games where he's looked pretty good. AK's he's only given the ball. He only gets 1 or 2 touches a game. It's easy to Monday morning armchair quarterback, but man, that guy's got elite speed. It'd be nice to kind of find a way to get the ball in his hands. But I'll be honest with you, I love our team. I love our offense, but I don't have a high degree of confidence about a running game. And I guess I'm stating the obvious. And then when you play a defense, quite frankly, like Auburn or like Georgia, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, I don't know if Daniel Hill, I mean, he's a freshman, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if he has the mentality, the emotional, support, I mean, anything to run the ball 20 times. But I feel like if we stuck with him and he had the stamina to do it, I think if he ran the ball 20 to 25 times this game, by the third or fourth quarter, Georgia is done tackling that guy. I just think even if it doesn't lead to a lot of yards, make them tackle 245 pounds over and over again in the first half. Because listen, when we use the smaller backs like Jam or Deer, historically, we still don't get many yards. So if you're not going to get many yards, might as well punish them with 245 pounds across the chest, man. And that'll wear on you.
Why can't Richard Young play? What's he?
I don't
Is he in the doghouse? What's going on, man?
I don't know. I saw
He's
him.
not a small guy either.
Luke,
I know.
was it Eastern Illinois? He got a few carries, but other than that, I hadn't seen him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Been AWOL.
Yeah. No idea. Next point, guys, we got to stay out of 3rd and 15 and longer. And to me, avoiding those 3rd and 15, 3rd and 20s, I'm okay with 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12. We got to stay out of 3rd and 20, 3rd and 21. And to me, that means avoiding taking sacks, particularly on first down. We cannot have those things where we send guys deep, we're taking a shot, he doesn't have a short intermediate, and he takes a sack, and next it's 2nd and 21. So that was my next point. We got to avoid that.
John loves those conservative first and second down plays, and I'm with you on that. But another part of avoiding 3rd and long is no holding penalties on 3rd down. For goodness sake, if you're going to hold somebody, hold them on first down. Don't hold them at all. But if
right.
you do it earlier in the sequence.
Well, and if we take the shot play, Ty just has to know when it's not there and throw it away and not take the sack. So he did that a couple of times against Auburn. I was proud that he did that. He obviously been listening and took my advice.
He did.
Yeah, John, and there will be opportunities for Ty to run for 6 and 7 yards.
Yeah.
A lot. And I just wish he would be decisive and take it. The kid is not slow. Just take the 5 yards they give you and slide, man. 5 yards is great, and especially on 2nd and 8 or 2nd and 7. I mean, take it.
Yeah, follow up on Rick's point. Great point, Rick. Ty, he's getting a little bit better, but he has violated a fundamental Saban principle, and that is as the quarterback, you take what the defense gives you.
Yes.
And there have been so many games where they've given him 6 or 7 yards running, and it's like he doesn't want to run, man. Go out there and run. He's got great quickness. Go get it, man.
Yeah.
I'm with you. And another tie point, no turnovers, no interceptions, no fumbles. He needs a clean game. We need him to have a clean game. Georgia's good. They'll take advantage of turnovers and mistakes. He needs to play a clean game. He can do it.
That's true.
He can do it.
But Ty is obviously watching right now, so I want to send out some love. If you have an early turnover, don't get down, man. Just keep it going.
Yep.
Yeah, Ty, remember, Bama Hour, we're behind you, man. You got this.
You are our guy, Ty. We're huge fans.
100%. Ty is our guy. Ty is our guy.
So next thing that I noted, Ty's got to be prepared for the blitzes. He's got to know what to do. He's either got to throw it away. He's got to have his check downs. They got to have blitz beaters, and he's got to execute them. So he's got to be prepared that it's coming and he's ready. He's seen it a ton. He's just got to handle it.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of that comes down to offensive line. I mean, our scheme is a lot of times those guards are in like option duty where they have to look and see if there's a linebacker blitz or whatever. And a lot of times, like in the Auburn game, 2 or 3 times, our guards chose the wrong side. Like they would help with the defensive end when a linebacker was coming up clean. We need a little bit of better play from our offensive line to help contain those blitz.
Yeah, and Daniel Hill, AK Deer, if they're in there, they've got to do a good job on blitz pickup, and but they're going to bring the heat.
This is when I miss Barrett Jones. Pointing to the middle linebacker, make it obvious. This is who I'm getting. This is who you're getting. and just spell it out, man. Spell it out so there's no confusion up there. Hey, listen, you have 25 seconds to figure it out because you know you're not going to snap it until 2 seconds. So just talk about it. Say, hey, I'm going to block this guy. You block this guy. I mean, this, you know.
Kirby's good about showing fakes though, and having guys play in because they know our tendencies to use up the play clock, and so they'll show stuff. And I mean, they're very good at that.
Yeah. That's why I wish, Gary, I wish this game, at least occasionally to keep them honest, don't audible. Or if you do audible, just stay in the same formation. They don't know what you're audibling. Just pretend you're audibling and don't audible. Or at least, I tell you what, snap it with 20 seconds to go. And then Georgia is probably not in the defense they're supposed to be in. I know.
Yeah, I think quick snap is in hurry up at times just to vary it. I mean, run the hurry up in the middle of the second quarter sometimes. Don't wait till the end of the half or end of the game. You know, just to get them off rhythm, and they don't have time to figure out what we're doing. If we hurry up, get to the line, and they're just struggling to get up there and figure out where we are and just go. Just do something quick.
Guys, you know, and Ryan Grubb, he hasn't done it lately, but he doesn't mind a little trickeration occasionally. And I would like to see in this game at a critical down in the game, well into the game, maybe second quarter, third quarter, at a critical down, because we audible about 80% of the time, they expect it, right? I'd love to see at a critical point where Ty, you know, gets ready, looks over the sideline to audible, and then the whole team knows as soon as he looks, we're snapping and go. Because every time he looks, the defense looks up and they're lying like this. So I just think you ought to catch them off guard, faking audible one time.
Oh, Rick, don't give it away.
Sorry.
Kirby's watching. Kirby's
Sorry,
watching.
guys.
Kirby's watching tonight. How awesome would that be?
That's
Hey,
right.
Bye-bye. Damn, bro.
Yeah, Kirby. Psych.
All right, next point I had, guys, we got to make our field goals and no special teams bungles. We can't have those errors like we had against Oklahoma. We cannot have a repeat of that special teams debacle we had in Oklahoma. So we were better against Auburn. That was good. I think we gave up one long punt return, but other than that, we were good. We got to be focused and execute on special teams. That's you, Talty.
That's too tall.
That's too talty, and you know Cole Adams never fumbles, which is great. But he also, I think, does fair catches a little too conservative at times. Like there'll be a low enough punt where maybe you could get 8 or 10 yards. He'll throw that hand up pretty quick, which I guess if you're playing analytics and like, well, if you don't want to risk turning over, I get that. But in a game like Georgia, that extra 7-8 yards could really make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, here's the Captain Obvious. We got to win the turnover battle. I think enough said on that. All right, pressuring Gunner and blitzing Gunner. We've got to handle his dual threat capabilities and make him uncomfortable. Do to him what people try to do to Ty. We got to figure out ways. I don't get why we don't blitz dual threat quarterbacks more. He's right-handed, so we need to blitz him from his right side, which is our left side, to force him left, because it's so much harder to scramble moving left and throw the ball accurately and effectively, even though they can see it coming. Or if you're not bringing the blitz from his right side, our left side, then the edge has to set the edge and force him back, and you bring the blitz up the middle, and you can do the same thing. But the point is, do not let him get the edge on the right. We've got to set that edge. But, man, we got to pressure Gunner and make him uncomfortable.
Yeah, you know, and one silver, I mean, I guess you say silver lining, but, you know, Overton's out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather have him. Okay, but if we don't have him, what's maybe a positive if you don't have him? Well, I think Rusal is going to play more, and Pierre, and so having those guys on the field, hopefully at the same time, a lot could be great as far as containing him.
And LT is not the most disciplined about setting the edge. Sometimes he takes bad angles and lets guys get outside him. So, you know, he's a heck of an athlete. I wish he played a little bit more disciplined.
Yeah.
Well, and he seems to take some plays off.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be misconstrued, but he He does. He'll just like show up, and sometimes he just kind of takes plays off if you watch replays.
And getting back to our bend but don't break defense, we just got to be good on 3rd and 4th down. We just do. They're going to go for it on 4th down. You can't give up those big explosive plays. That's fine. Let them get down to the 30-yard line, but we cannot have those errors like we did against Auburn and let a guy get behind the defense and, jailbreak. Can't let that happen.
Have you guys seen the comparison, the stats comparison, Caleb Downs and Bray Hubbard? It's been posted. Well, Bray's got much better stats on pass breakups, interceptions, all that kind of stuff. Caleb Downs. I just brought that up because we're talking about, containing or whatever, but he need a couple of turnovers from our DBs Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and punch outs, whatever we got to do, get the fumbles, get the interceptions, just that bend but don't break defense that gets them bogged down and gets those turnovers. We got to do that. I'm confident. I love the way we've been playing the last month and a half. Defense has been great. Let's bring it. Let's be disciplined. And I already said this, we just can't let them hit on those big explosive plays that go for TDs, the 50-yard play for a TD or the 50-yard play that gets them down to the Alabama 8-yard line. We can't give those up. We got to be disciplined enough, got to have coverage integrity, know who we got, not let guys get behind the defense, tackle well, punch the ball out, wrap up, all those things, not try to shoulder tackle, those type of things. We got to do it.
It's a tough assignment with those running backs, though. I mean, their second best running back would start for us and be a featured back. That's going to be tough.
Yeah, they're good. Branch is good too. He's a great receiver. They got good tight ends. They're good.
And they're more, Gunnar Stockton is not some great quarterback, but I think with Branch, I think they're probably more of a vertical threat than we are. And some of that is that Gunner's not a great quarterback, but he can deliver the deep ball pretty well. And Zachariah Branch can absolutely take the top off of some DBs. So and you got to scheme around that, right? I mean, we're trying to contain this two-headed running back play, but they are a threat to hit a post, and so you got to kind of be ready for both. It's tough to do.
Yeah.
All right, the next is getting back to that bend but don't break defense. Every time we can limit Georgia to a field goal or force a turnover, force Georgia to punt, or just turn the ball over on downs is a huge win. Giving up touchdowns, we got to limit that. If we can hold them to 1 to 2 touchdowns, I think we win.
Yeah, I agree. I think if it's close toward the end, honestly, I think as Gary said, living in Kirby's head, I think he'll start doubting that he can beat us if it's close to the end. I think he's going to be like, good grief, not again. So I like it. If it's close in the fourth quarter, I favor us for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you, Rick. Third verse, same as the first, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, last point, penalties. We got to be disciplined. We just got to play disciplined and focus. No stupid penalties, no jumping on the quarterback when he's down, just all that dumb stuff that we did. And we don't seem to have done it that much the last 4 or 5 games. I've been proud of our guys that the penalties have been more limited, but we got to play aggressive but not stupid, and don't commit dumb personal fouls and other things.
Well, that's a hard assignment, like the holding. That's one thing, but defensive penalties, when you're telling them to swarm and you're telling guys like Red Morgan to go light somebody up, gosh, we've seen some close, kind of almost like Mickey Mouse targeting calls. It's just there's a balance in there that kind of takes away some of the old school football that we grew up with. It's like it's kind of a different game now. And so I guess you just got to get that face mask up a little bit when you go in to hit them pretty hard. But what you're talking about, the careless stuff on defense, John, are you talking to James Smith?
Hey, I haven't seen him get any personal foul penalties the last couple of games, so hopefully he's gotten the message.
He's gotten better.
Yeah. All right, so A couple of things. I thought this was interesting. Just looking at Gunnar Stockton's stats versus Ty Simpson's, it's kind of interesting that Gunnar actually has a 70% completion percentage and Ty's only at 66. So I found that interesting. Yardage wise, Ty's got over 3,000 yards. Gunner's at 2,500. Gunner's thrown 20 TD passes and 5 INTs. Ty's thrown 25 TD passes and 4 INTs. So, I'll take Ty over Gunner, but Gunner's, you got to respect him. They're 11-1 for a reason, and he's led them, and he doesn't do the stupid things that Beck did. Beck was a great thrower of the football, but Gunner's just more of a gamer. When it's on the line, he just seems to find a way to do it, unless it's Alabama, of course. But
Right.
I found that interesting there. And any thoughts, comments on the quarterbacks? I think we got to respect him and realize he's good.
Well, I think he spreads the ball out pretty well as well. Like I remember they've got a guy, Lawson Lucky, who I think he's got 4 or 5 touchdowns on the season, like not a factor in a lot of games. And then, they get in the red zone and Gunner will target him a lot. We only seem to have, even though he had 35 yards, Isaiah was kind of our go-to target on the inside the red zone kind of stuff against Auburn. I think we're going to need some more variety there. But Gunner's, it's harder to play him. They always say, establish the run to open up the passing game. There's such a threat at the run that kind of, keeps you from loading up too much. So.
As far as
Hey,
another, hey,
go ahead,
I
Rick.
think if Cuevas doesn't play, I'm hopeful. I'm not calling a prediction here, but I'm hopeful that Pritchett has a bigger role this week. I think Pritchett has all the tools, just doesn't have the experience yet, and I think he might grow up here this weekend.
Either that or my cousin Caleb needs to step up and bring it.
Oh, Caleb's going to bring it. I just want one more guy. I want Pritchett. Is there any kind of North Carolina connection there, John, with Pritchett?
Well, he's going to be talking about the ACC SEC challenge at some point. We're going to
That's
hear
right.
all about North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
Well, fortunately, the ACC doesn't factor into our playoff thinking, so we don't have to worry about any of that. And we're in, guys. I'm excited that we're either going to be the 9th team or we're probably going to be 2 or 3. I think if we win, we're going to bump up to 2 or 3. And if we lose, we'll be in the 9th seed. So I don't see any danger of us not going, which is nice. So yeah, ACC, they stink. How about that as my North Carolina connection? The ACC is terrible, as Barkley would say.
Terrible.
They're terrible.
Terrible.
Hey, and Gary, to your point about their receivers, yeah, Lucky only has 13 receptions, but he's got 4 TD catches.
That's what I'm saying. You can't relax. Branch is such a transcendental player, such a transcendental talent, but that doesn't mean that Gunner can't, target other guys. 4 touchdowns when you have virtually no receptions, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's a huge red zone target. And they'll go 2 tight ends as well because Delp's a good tight end. He's got 24 catches, but only 1 TD. And then Branch, who's their top receiver, he has 68 receptions. He's got almost 700 yards, but he only has 4 TDs. So, yeah, their touchdown passes are spread around among London Humphreys has 3, Noah Thomas has 4. And those are the notables that have more than one. Then they got like 5 guys that each have 1. 5 guys. They have 5 guys that each have 1 touchdown. So versus us, we got Jeremy Bernard has 6 TD catches. Ryan has 4, even though he's had a pretty silent season. He's still got 4 TD catches. Isaiah has 8. Cuevas has 4. And then the rest of ours are just spread around. Somebody had 1 here or there. So
Well, I'll make 2 points. Man, I hope Ryan's had a good week of practice. Man, I hope he's caught some balls this week. I think we've seen flashes of brilliance from Xavier Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And I think his play Saturday I'm not going to say it will be a deciding factor. That's a little too much, but I think it's really, really important for him to play well Saturday.
Is Branch? I don't remember. Is Branch a big guy or just more of a small, fast guy?
He's 6'1", athletic. He came in from USC, and he's NFL caliber. He'll be playing on Sunday. He's fast, good hands.
Yeah. Like Amari Cooper.
Yeah. I'm not sure he's quite as big as Coop is, but
Yeah.
he's fast. He's shifty. They'll run him on jet sweeps. They'll do all sorts of stuff with him. So,
Didn't he drop that? Didn't he drop a post that would have been a touchdown though?
I think he did. Yeah, but that's unusual for him.
Yeah, for sure.
That is highly unusual. So yeah, he's Gunner's first option in the passing game is Branch for sure. But they've got a lot of guys that can do things. So it's gonna be challenging.
And I really think we saw it in the Auburn game. And I love your optimism, Rick, but I think Cuevas being out is just huge.
It is.
I would love to see Pritchett step up, and I hear what you're saying about him, but we don't really have a substitute for Cuevas, I don't think.
No, you're right.
Well, next man up. Somebody's got to do it. So it's an opportunity for those young guys to earn more playing time and heading into the off season to be ready to go and in the playoffs. But yeah, it's tough. All right, let's go through matchups. And then we'll do our prediction on this game. All right, Gunner versus Ty.
Ty.
I would say Ty. He's got that it factor. It's just that simple. We saw it in the late fourth quarter of the Auburn game. He's got that it factor. Let's go with him.
Yep, Ty's our guy. And, I mean, let's face it, we wouldn't be here without Ty. We don't have the running game they do. We don't have the balance on offense that they do. It's a Ty show, and this season's all been about Ty carrying us. So he's been great. Bama O-line versus the Georgia D-line.
I got to go with Georgia there.
Georgia.
Yep, I think it's unanimous. Georgia O-line against the Bama D-line.
Say maybe a push. What do y'all think?
I think it's close, but I like what we're seeing from some of our younger guys, London Simmons and Edric Hill. I'm going to give Bama a slight edge there.
They've got 2 injuries on their offensive line. I'm giving it to Bama. They got
two.
One starter, their center's going to be out, and they've got another banged up off. I saw Clint McIntyre this week, and he was telling me about the Georgia injuries, and he's just like, he was a little pessimistic, a little worried, a little pessimistic. So Bama D, baby. D-line's
I like that.
Great.
I like how you're holding out that information, and then you do the grade. Tell us all the information first.
Right.
You can change your mind now.
Yeah, Bama D-line. Yeah, like if we were missing Parker Brailsford, I would be concerned about the game, period.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, next one is the Georgia running game versus the Bama D.
Run Georgia, man. Hate it.
Georgia, yeah.
I'd say between the 30s, definitely Georgia. I think we are able to hunker down once they get into more of that goal line situation, more of a push. But yes, they have an advantage there for sure. And I'm worried about the chunk plays. Georgia passing game against the Bama D.
Bama D.
Bama D. I think I brought up already. I think Georgia had 70 yards through the air against Georgia Tech. That's one game. They did better against Texas and some other teams, Ole Miss, whatever, but I think we have the edge.
Yep, I'm in agreement. No, I don't have any information I'm holding out there. I like our D over their passing game. All right, Bama running game against the Georgia D.
Yeah, Georgia D.
All right, Bama passing game against the Georgia D.
Bama passing.
Yep, it's
I would
unanimous.
Say an edge to Bama. But I mean, look at the first time we played them. Like we had a huge edge.
Yeah.
The first half, and then they made adjustments, and then it was more of a push. Well, I don't know. I still give us the edge though.
Yeah, no, I like our passing game, and we just got to play to our strengths And Ryan Grubb needs to stay dialed in. He can't go ADD on us.
Well, unless
here it
you
comes.
creative plays that don't take 6 seconds to develop, like the flea flickers and stuff. Look, he's got the offensive mind. Now's the time to use it.
And we got to have
here it
those
comes.
blitz beaters.
Yeah.
Here it comes, Gary. Here it comes.
Head coach matchup. Who's better? Yeah!
I'm kidding. We're going to go with DeBoer, of course.
That bar.
I mean, Alabama's. We own Georgia. DeBoer owns all those big coaches. We won't name one that gives him trouble, but other than that, he's owning all these other coaches. And we certainly respect Kirby, but until he shows he can beat them, it's a DeBoer world, and Kirby's living in it.
Well, and Kirby has only one Achilles heel, really, and they were the Crimson, and they span across 2 coaching regimes, so I'm loving it.
OC, who's got the advantage?
Grubb.
But
not by a lot.
Yeah, I agree.
How about the DC?
Push.
Yeah. The first time he played him, I said Georgia's defensive coordinator. Now I'm like, hey, I don't know. Yeah. Push.
I'm with you guys. I think it's a push. I mean, hats off to Kane. They've really played well the last half of the season. Let's finish out strong on Saturday. Get ready for the playoffs. Now special teams.
Georgia.
I would say Georgia. They don't have their kicker's not as good. Remember that guy they had with the
Rodriguez.
That guy was a beast, man.
He was. Yep. I have to give Georgia the edge. Let's hope we get the Auburn.
Rodriguez.
Let's hope we get the. Let's hope we get the
Auburn. Ready.
That's right. Let's hope we get the Auburn version of our special teams, not the Oklahoma version.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
All right. Let's make a prediction.
T-Pain's up, baby.
T-Pain. I'm going to go Bama. I haven't thought about this till now, so give me a second.
All right.
I'm saying Bama 20, Georgia 17.
Gary?
Bama 24, Georgia 23.
Boom. That was pretty dramatic. You had me on my I was like
Woo. All right, I'm going to go with my race to 27. Bama 27, Georgia 24. I think we all feel it's going to be very tight.
As they say in the shooting world, we just shot a tight group. We're all there in the little.
We sure did. We are very precise, but we might not have been very accurate. We'll see.
Exactly. Well said.
All right, guys. Any other thoughts about Bama, the playoffs, our playoff positioning, any of that?
I think you're right. I mean, it could get interesting if we got blown out 42-3 or something like that. That's not going to happen. I'm just proud that one of the Bama Hour guys is going to be there in Atlanta representing. So you need a lot.
Yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud that one of them is, but I'm also disappointed in the other two.
That's fair.
John, can I get my media credentials for this weekend?
We need to work on that. Let me put Will K on that.
Okay.
All right, let's jump into hoops.
It's our offer to go shirtless if we get to 10,000 before the end of the season.
That's right. I'm
gonna do one of those little muscle shirts. Have y'all seen those at Halloween? That's right.
You'll see me turning blue if we have an outside game somewhere, like in Norman, Oklahoma.
Oh no, don't want to be there.
So hey, y'all don't see any way, win or lose, that we host a game, do you?
Seems like we're either going to get a bye or we're going to be on the road.
Yeah. That's a bummer because I was kind of hoping we could host James Madison.
Hey, trust me, the Carpenter group really wanted to have a home game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That would be fun.
We were hoping for some parking revenue.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
All right, let's talk about hoops. Wild game You guys both went, right?
I went to the first half, and then I went to celebrate my daughter Georgia's 21st birthday. Shout out to Georgia.
Woo! Happy birthday, Georgia.
Happy birthday, Georgia.
Happy birthday, Georgia, 21.
Y'all go to Galette's or Jackie's?
We actually skipped those and went straight to Chuck's.
Nice. So, Rick, did you watch any of the second half on the TV?
It was on in the restaurant. I couldn't really watch it, but I did see the score, the gap get like this. I was like, what's going on? I don't know what happened, but
Gary, give me your thoughts on that second half. Because the first half we played great.
It was like a Bama football team where we jumped on them and dominated them at times in the first half, then hung on for dear life. I thought we got tentative at times, and I got to give a lot of credit to some of the Georgia players really, really stepped up in the second half.
You mean, I'm sorry, Clemson?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Clemson. They had a couple of forwards. That Jake Wallen guy stepped up. I thought he had some really good plays, and Nick Davidson was pushing our guys around. Well, our front court, we just don't have I don't want to say girth, but we really don't have the girth when you get a kind of a thick-bodied forward in there can kind of push us around a little bit. I don't know. I thought we had some letdowns, and we had some role players that I thought did not play well. I thought Noah Williamson, I don't want to say anything bad, but he just doesn't look like he's ready to play at this level. And then Davion Hannah had some really bad decisions, a couple of really bad possessions. So it was almost like, Nate, when that lead starts to tighten a little bit, I know guys really want playing time and stuff. Let's just stick with our top 6, 7 players. Maury had a really good game last night, and he started, and I thought he had earned that starting role. I thought Aiden Holloway had a really good game. He got the Hard Hat Award. He was in there battling really good. But man, it had the feeling, John, in the second half that we were going to lose the game with a few.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, what the heck's going on? I just saw this meltdown.
But then we have a player named LeBaron Philon that they don't have.
Yes, we do. Yes, sir. Hey, so you opened the can of worms, Gary, so I'm going to open it all the way up. Noah Williamson's been a real disappointment so far. I think Nate missed on that portal acquisition. I wish we had gone for somebody else because we need another big. And he just looks slow and doesn't have any hops and just doesn't fit this offense. And when he gets the ball in the low post, he just kind of holds the ball. He doesn't have a post move. I don't really get it. I'm hoping they can develop him, and by, February he's contributing, but right now I don't see him doing anything to help the team, and it's disappointing. I hate it.
I want to be careful too, not to say too much, but I'll say this. He averaged 18 points a game last year, it says.
And 8 rebounds.
Yeah. And that's Division I basketball. I just don't know how that happened. I don't understand it. But maybe I don't get it. I just don't get it. If you had told me he was brand new to the sport, I'd probably believe you more than I would. You told me he had 18 points a game last year in college.
Look at our competition in the last month, though, man. Look at the teams we've been playing. I mean, it's easy for them to make you look bad,
Yeah.
I just don't see him as SEC caliber big man unless he develops. Hopefully there's something there we're not seeing, and he just hadn't put all the pieces of the puzzle together how to play in this offense, but I just don't see anything. It's like he goes up for a rebound and can't even grab the rebound and come down with it. It's like he'll be in position. It's like, how did you not secure that rebound? So, it's just disconcerting. I hate it for him. I hope there's something they can do to make him a contributor, but I don't see it right now.
Well, when he was in, the only thing I could think is and I'm joking, but where's Brittany Griner? That's joking because Rick said that about
Bristow.
But we needed Bristow last night.
Oh yeah.
It would have been really nice to have Holloway and of course Reitzel if they were healthy. But I thought Bristow in particular, down the stretch, last 10 minutes of the game, their forwards were really pushing us around a little bit. And it would have been nice to have Bristow in there. Just his athleticism's really impressive.
Yeah, just like we did with Ty, Noah. If you're watching, listen, we love you, man. And here's the deal: you can get better, just channel the fact that you had 18 points a game last year, and man, you're a big dude. Hey, shove those guys around and put that thing in the rim on top of people, baby. Come on.
Hey, Noah, Ty, I don't know. I'm not sure those are equivalent, but yeah, I hear
Hey,
you.
Noah, baby hook,
Yeah,
left,
that's
right, baby hook. Just
That's right.
learn the baby hook. Catch the ball, baby hook. That's all you got to do. Let it bounce around the rim. It'll drop.
Watch, he'll have 25 points the next game.
I hope so. I will want to see him succeed. I do.
Of
And
course.
it's just he's probably been the biggest. I had really high expectations, and I'm not seeing it so far. So
That's the biggest concern with Nate is that I might have said this the other day, but can this style, his style, Nate's style of not having a good big man ever really, I mean, like a solid big man. I mean, Aiden Sherrill's pretty good, but we don't big man, and Nate never has. Can that style win a national championship? I don't know. I think it can fill seats and we can get to the Final Four. We've seen it. But when you run into the Final Four, you start playing teams that have good bigs like Purdue, Connecticut. I don't know. I just don't know if we can do it.
Michigan,
Yeah.
Michigan. Yeah.
Gonzaga.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get better to beat them, but we didn't have Bethea.
Yeah.
Bristow's health was so yeah, we got to be at full. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Bethea looked tentative. I mean, coming off an injury, you would think he just didn't look like he was in basketball shape. I'm sure he has a high upside if you look at his, history and at 5-star and all that. But I don't know. I'm not saying Nate started him too early, but when he was on the court, it's like everybody was like, yeah. And then it's just like, he's not. It's going to take him a few games, I think, to adjust to game speed and kind of being ready to contribute.
But I looked at his stats, and I agree with you. I didn't even see him play in the second half, and I was really interested to watch him play in the first half. He only had 2 points, but he had 3 rebounds and 2 assists in 6 minutes.
He's quick. There's no doubt.
So, I mean, you turn that 6 minutes into 24 minutes, and he's got 12 rebounds, and, he'll have 8 assists. And
right.
even if it's only 8 points, but that's contributing. And he's long, he's athletic, he's 6'5", 6'6". So I'm optimistic.
I am too, John. And you don't want to read too much into 6 minutes, but I do say when I did see him in the first half, it appeared that out of all the freshmen, maybe exception would be Amari Allen, but he seemed like he had a high IQ to basketball. You know what I mean? Like when he got on the court. Right away, he started talking to guys, telling them where to go. I'm thinking, dude, this is your first game. And he's telling people where to go and where to stand. And I'm like, wow. So he has a lot of confidence, which probably comes from a 5-star. A lot of confidence. Like you said, quickness. He can jump. His shot, I saw him shoot one. Wasn't real pretty, but again, first game. But I think he's going to help us.
Jemison looked good at times.
Oh, he looked really good. I was going to mention him. He's had 2 strong games in a row. He had 13 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals, and I think he made at least 2 threes. So I was real impressed with him. And Gary, you mentioned Amari Allen. He had 20 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 block.
He has got a motor. I mean,
he plays hard, man.
That guy his effort level and athleticism, he's still a little raw. But man, he's got a really high ceiling.
Hey, but you keep playing like that, and your fear may come true, Gary. You said, I hope he stays more than 1 year. I'm like, oh yeah, he'll be here another year. He keeps playing like that, he's going to be in the NBA next year.
You're right, man. His effort is what if every guy gave his effort, man, crazy. And who was I going to talk about? London Jemison. Nate Oates said in his post-game press conference. Did y'all hear that? So he was reading the stats, and he was reading the stats as his head was down. He goes, in London, London's got to get more minutes. He's playing great. London's got to play more. So you're right.
I'll tell you who else looked good, or just looked, I guess, reliable would be a good word. Houston Millett.
Yeah.
He's a solid player, man.
10 points, 3 rebounds, 1 steal, and he's out there contributing. He looks like he belongs, whereas Noah, and I'm not trying to just be mean, but Noah just doesn't look like he fits in at this level. Houston is a legitimate player that contributes.
Noah is your new Kane Womack.
I'm trying to motivate him. I want him to get better because he's big.
We'll start saying player not to be named.
Yeah, Jemison had a great game. TBB was solid. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks. And then Sherrill, hope he can hit his free throws because he missed some free throws, but 10 rebounds and 8 blocks.
Yes. Yeah. And TBB, I'll say this. If he has time and space on the three, he is a three. I think he made his first 2 threes, and it's nice to have that length and then be able to step outside, draw a big defender outside, and then hit that three. That's a really, really nice contribution.
And then we got to talk about Phylon.
All right, before you go to Phylon,
yeah,
I missed the second half, and I heard a little bit what y'all said. But so just like John, you do the questions, Georgia defense versus Alabama. So was it more Alabama in the second half causing the game to close, or was it more Clemson?
Clemson
shot really poorly in the first half. They were like, I don't know, 2 for 14 from 3. And I think their field goal percentage overall was pretty bad too. So they started making shots, but they also took the ball to the basket and were scoring inside on us. The rebound edge, they only out-rebounded us by 4, but points in the paint, they had 50 points in the paint, and we only had 32. So they took it inside and were scoring. And I don't think we played as hard in that middle 10 minutes of the second half. Gary, did you feel like the effort dropped a little bit and we got a little lackadaisical? I didn't feel like we were playing as intense and focused. It was, remember, Rick, a couple times last year, we'd they're playing with their food. We'd have a 20-point lead, and the next thing you know, it'd be down to 8. It kind of felt like Clemson played really hard, and it felt like we let down.
Yeah.
Do you think that's accurate, Gary?
Carrying the ACC on their shoulders late in the game. Because I think the SEC won 9-7 or something like that.
Yes.
The challenge could have been an even game, but that's one where we can't lose. If we're going to be a Final Four team, even though it's early in the season, we can't lose a game like that. So I was really happy with the last couple of minutes. But I'll tell you something else that caused the lull, John. There were a couple of calls that had to be reviewed. It slowed the pace down. It just kind of threw us off of our rhythm a little bit.
Yeah, we got to be more focused, though. Our guys have to come out. And, to me, it starts with Phylon is so good offensively this year. He's a stud. Yep. Sometimes for as easily as he can get his shot and do what he does, I don't know that he plays defense with the same level of intensity and aggression as he does offense. And so at times like that, he's got to. Now, he closed the game out great, and we blocked shots at the rim, and the last 2 minutes were great. I could not believe, given how we let down against Purdue, what a strong closing statement that was. Rick, I don't know if you saw that Phylon took 2 mid-range shots, and I'm sure Nate Oates wanted to strangle him. And, of course, he banged them both in, and one of them he drew an old-fashioned 3-play and got the foul and hit the basket. But I'm like, yes, he can score at all 3 levels, and he did. He hit threes. He took the ball to the rim. He was backing guys down and hitting, fadeaway jumpers, getting fouled. Phylon was money. Didn't you think he was great to watch? Offensively, he was, other than the turnovers, he was great to watch the whole game.
Yeah, he's got elite quickness, great decision making, and Nate disfavors the mid-range jumper, but it's still a factor in the NBA. And I'm not saying Phylon's in job interview mode. He was just trying to win the game for sure. But I think having a couple of players who can hit the mid-range if needed, pretty big asset.
Well, and he wasn't going to get to the rim. If he tried to take the rim, he was going to get his shot blocked and not get to the foul line. He did what he needed. He was our go-to bailout scorer when we had to have a basket. It wasn't about get an open 3 or go to the 10 and get your shot blocked or make it. It was like get the ball in the hole, and he did a great job of just – that's what Jordan would do late in the games. And I'm not saying he's Michael Jordan, but that's what Jordan would do. When it was winning time, Jordan just would get that bucket. You needed a bucket. It was a tight game because we were down 2 points. and he scored that old-fashioned 3 on a drive and got fouled. And we went up 1, and then he came back down again and scored, and then we were up 3, and it went from there. So we went on a 9-1 run in that last 2 minutes to close them out. It was great.
Awesome. Yeah, and late in the second half, unlike some games, we were hitting the front end of our 1-and-1s.
Yes.
Nice.
And they missed. And they missed a couple.
John, Jordan is the GOAT, but do you have to use a North Carolina grad? I mean, player can use anybody else? Come on.
Well, I was going to bring up how North Carolina went to Kentucky and beat down Kentucky, so we don't have to worry about Kentucky as much, because if North Carolina can go to Rupp and beat them, Alabama can beat them.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
North Carolina. What about Florida collapsing at the end? That turnover? Oh, my goodness.
Guys, Florida doesn't have the guards this year that they had last year. That's the difference.
They had the lead and had the ball.
I know, but their guards are not what they were last year. If they had those 3 guards back, they would have won that game by 10 points. And we can beat. It's going to be funny when we play Florida. They've got better bigs than we do. We got better guards than they do. So it's going to be a real contrast to the styles. I like our chances against them because Boogie Flan, he's hit or miss. He can get real hot and score 15 points in 10 minutes, or he can score 6 points for a game. And Xavier Lee has not made the transition. I think he was at Princeton. He hasn't made the transition to SEC level of play. They were talking about he hadn't found his shot yet. In other words, he's bricking. He's turned into a mason. He's doing the masonry work and laying a lot of bricks out there. So I like our chances against Florida this year, whereas they dominated us last year. Those guys can't stop Phylon. And you put a Holloway out there, you put Bristow out there, Amari Allen, Jemison, Bethea. They're going to struggle with us. We just have to deal with their front court. They're strong in the front court. So Florida's not as good as unless Flan and Lee pick it up. I'm not that worried about Florida.
Well, and if we're healthy, we may have the best backcourt, dare I say it, in the country. I mean, if Holland's completely healthy, Reitzel's completely healthy, obviously Phylon's completely healthy.
And Bethea steps up to that 5-star level.
Yeah.
No, we've got players, so I'm excited about it. And everybody's really excited about Kentucky. They won the portal transfer wars. They were, I think, the number 1 team in portal acquisitions. They're good, but they couldn't put UNC away. So I like our chances against them. I'm not as worried about why we open SEC play, I believe, with Kentucky. Is that correct? Seems like that's right.
Early January.
Yeah, we can beat
Nice
them.
way to talk about Kentucky falling short. Oh, by the way, against the Tar Heels. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Noise.
So, had to weave in Jordan. I'm always going to weave Jordan in because he is the GOAT. LeBron, you have the longevity GOAT. Jordan is the best in his prime. That's how I dice that up.
LeBron, you get the work of playing the longest. That's amazing.
It's like, would you take Mahomes in his prime or would you take Brady over his career? Kind of look at it like
that. Depends on the offense.
All right. Gary, any other thoughts about that win? I was really happy that we came back when we looked like we were going to lay an egg and blow a game that we should win to close it out. That was my big thought. What are your thoughts about that game and the win?
Same thing. We have a different regime, a different field. That's the kind of game under Avery Johnson and some of our other coaches we lose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I really attributed a lot of it to the recruiting. We just have better players now, and having LeBaron. Thank you for coming back, LeBaron.
Mm-hmm.
He was the ultimate trump card when we needed him.
Yeah, I just think winning games in different ways is really great, and especially when you have 3 starters on the bench, it does a lot for your team, I think.
I'm still excited, guys. All right, parting shots about anything. Gary, parting shots.
It's going to be a big weekend for Bama football. I think we pull out the victory and get a bye. And if we don't, it will be the sole fault of Rick Thomason for not cheering loud enough.
I'll be in section 300 and something up there, but I'll be yelling down. Yeah, it's going to be a great game, guys. I mean, when has a Georgia Alabama game not been great? It's been a few years, so it's going to be a great game, and I think we're going to pull out the W on Saturday, and then on Sunday against UTSA in basketball.
I'm excited. We'll be watching. Bama's going to get the win both on Saturday, Sunday. Sunday will be the everybody gets to play game, I think. I think UTSA, that'll be just let everybody in there, score 100. Everybody's happy. Everybody scores. But
Hey, Noah, that's your chance, Noah, to score, Noah.
That's right. Come on, Noah. We're pulling for you. I am. I'm pulling for him.
He's calling up the dunk.
That's right. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you for listening. Subscribe, follow, like, hit the notify button, hit the notify bell wherever you access the podcast. God bless and roll tide.
Roll Tide.